Good morning, friends. How are we doing today? We're back in New York City with the regular setup. I've got my green screen up here behind me. I got to sleep in my own bed last night. It was very, very nice. However, I will warn you, we did get back pretty late. So, Matt's a little tired today and actually is realizing right now that I actually need to wipe off my camera just a little bit. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Wow. How is everybody doing today? What is up, guys? Theo, Fernando, Sawa, Kawabunga, EMZ. What's up, folks? What's up? Now, as everybody knows, yesterday I unlocked the 7-star Yeti, and I have been working through that Yeti team, that Chillo team, trying to make it as powerful as I possibly can. And I have to be completely honest with you, I've been a bit underwhelmed with the use of Explorer Aurora in the arena. Unfortunately, she just doesn't have enough utility on defense, I don't think, or at least on offense. And I think that it might be possible to switch her out for a different character and get better results. So here's the thing, right? Explorer Aurora is relatively slow. She also has a really powerful heal, but it is only a single target heal. Her third ability, which is a resurrection, is an incredibly powerful ability, but it's only useful if somebody is dead. Now, she does synergize with some of the chill teams a little bit better. She does give another opportunity to flip buffs using the Ice Station Odyssey set. If somebody has Dizzy, she does additionally help by hitting somebody and removing Pep. But I have a feeling we might be able to swap her out for somebody and make it a better team overall. So today we're going to be exploring that concept, and it might be Mixmaster Wu. We're going to get into it here in just a second. Pastel Cupcake Baker, hello, sir, ma'am, whatever, I don't know, however you identify. Stealthy County Champion, hello to you as well. So let's get into everything today. Go ahead and get everything sorted out. Because there is no event, that means that I can go back to my usual routine of spending gems on campaign energy and monolith energy. If you're not already doing this, it is something that I suggest. I think it is probably the best use of your gems in the game right now, unless you are still having a gold crunch issue, in which case spending gems for gold is actually a pretty viable way to do things. So I am, however, still going to go in and finish leveling up Explorer Aurora to 7 stars. At this point, she's so close. I only need 24 more tiles to get her up to 7 stars. And then I might actually put her back on the team to try her out once she gets up to 7, just to see if she's a little bit more viable then. But right now, she's just a bit underwhelming. And I know on defense, very few people are having problems defeating my team, even with Explorer Aurora there to resurrect for us. So let's go ahead and grab all of this extra campaign energy. We're going to fuel a couple of these refreshes so that we can grab more Explorer Aurora tiles and just finish this farm that much more quickly. The screen is looking in bad quality. Interesting. I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe that means that the stream is low quality? Hold on a second. Let me pull up. What are you looking at? You're looking at YouTube? Let me pull up the feed on YouTube and see what it looks like. Bum bum bam bam. The feed on YouTube and see what it looks like. I'll be honest with you, man. On YouTube, the stream currently looks pretty good to me. So, unfortunately, I cannot help you troubleshoot that issue at the moment, Senor Stealthy. It looks like everybody else is having an okay time as well, so I'm just going to keep on trucking here. All right, let's get into the monolith waste, spend all of that energy, get all of those extra currencies. Now, I'm currently finishing up getting my, Blacktron Dwayne up to 7 stars. That is, I'm going to need a total of 250 tiles for him, which means I have about 81 left to go. Not about 81, a total of 81. In the meantime, I am going to continue to farm the bejesus out of this map number 1. I'm going to get my extra 100 monolith energy, and then I'm going to get my private Laquay tiles. I'm going to get more of my Spaceman Reed tiles, my Sal tiles. You guys have seen this. I don't need to keep explaining it to you. And then let's see, what's next on our list of things to do? Oh, right. So, as we are starting to max out on all of our different characters here and sort of running out on specific things to work on, I am actually going to be spending my money and my scrolls to upgrade all the characters for whom I have enough tiles to get up to 7 stars, actually up to 7 stars, to actually help out even more with that master farm. So first I'm going to be coming through in the monolith, spending all of my energy on the characters I already have. Then you'll notice I'm going to be spending more energy, and we'll get to this in a second, on Headley. But once we get up to Headley, you'll notice that I'm just gaining a whole bunch of extra tiles, but still just banking them all, right? Oh man, pretty low drops today in the tile department. What's going on, Monolith Waste? Give me the goods, bro. Stealthy's asking, EMZ, your guild is Whiz Bang Rena Bananas. One of the best guilds in the game, but they are full right now. Sorry, Chowie. All right, so what I was gonna say, but what I was saying before is we've got this hiker node here, and we're going to go ahead and finish out this hiker, even though I have him totally full. And then we're going to come over to Headley. Now, Headley, you'll notice that I have almost 300 tiles. I'm 47 tiles over getting him up to 7 stars. But I am going to continue to do this node because once I actually upgrade Headley to 7 stars, that will all convert to master currency. Let me go in here into the events. Now, I already did the Pegleg's Treasure earlier this morning. If you haven't, please, please, please do not forget to do it. Pegleg's Treasure is amazing and probably the most important one in the game as far as events are concerned. So do it. That's where the biggest crunch is. All right. Now let's see what we have going on here. This rank 61 team has a couple of tanks on it, but one of those tanks is Basil the Batlord, which is funny because Basil the Batlord is not going to have any synergy with Redbeard, and Redbeard is going to be the most important person on this team to handle. So let's go ahead and actually enter into battle against this team. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm going to swap out Explorer Aurora for Master Wu. This is the first time that I have done this, so we're actually going to see how this works. Master Wu has less synergy with this team than Explorer Aurora does, but he's a more useful character overall. He has his AoE heal, and more importantly for what I was missing on the team, he has a buff remover. That's really what I'm looking for here. Now, I'm actually going to start by attacking Basil the Batlord, because Basil the Batlord is going to go very quickly, taunt and heal everybody if I can't prevent him from doing so. Plus, once he... Oh, wait. Oh, now it looks like I might just be able to take him out entirely. So, there. Great. Now, we know, excellent, that we're going to get some counterattacks. Brilliant. The counterattacks are coming in. I'm going to go ahead and give a heal to my Yeti. Now we're going to come around and just throw out a whole bunch of damage reduction and cleansing on the Yeti. There it is. Now, there's a pretty good chance that the Yeti is actually going to get dizzy right here. Okay, it's not the end of the world, though it's not particularly great either. What we're going to try and focus on, to the best of our ability, is keeping the Yeti alive, obviously. The Yeti is going to be the main source of damage on our team when he doesn't have dizzy. Unfortunately, when you're fighting against the pirates, it's going to be pretty hard to prevent him from getting dizzy because of Princess Argenta. So the next thing that we're going to do, actually... Yeah, so the next thing we're going to do is actually lock everybody out of their abilities. We want to keep the cleanse away from Redbeard. And we also want to keep him away from doing his ultimate to the best of our ability. Now, as long as we can keep smacking him with all of this dizzy over and over and over again, we should be in a pretty good place. The Yeti, I think the Yeti is about to explode, to be completely honest with you, and we just lost Kelvin. So, there's a good chance that we're going to lose it here. I mean, that we're going to lose the Yeti here, I should say. But I think we might be all right. Because to be completely honest, even with the team that I have left, we should be pretty good to go. Yeah, I think we're going to be all right here. Do some extra damage. Argenta goes down. We get the taunt up on Valiant. I'll go ahead and remove that. Thank you, sir. And now we can come in and just keep focus firing down Cook Bart, which we should be able to do quite readily at this point, because I believe Cook Bart is going to do his heal once it gets to be his turn, but it's going to be a little hard for him to get to his turn because of all the dizzy we keep applying to him. Ooh! And the dizzy allows us to do extra damage as well and take him down. All we have left now, of course, is Valiant, and I think Valiant is on his way out. Valiantly. See what I did there? Anyway. So, something to note against these pirate teams. Master Wu does actually work pretty nicely by being able to lock people out and, more importantly, by being able to remove the taunt from the enemy team. Now, unfortunately, we got a little bit heavy on the debuffs on the Yeti when we started. So the Yeti actually went down relatively early, but not before we were able to get through his ultimate, put Debilitate on everybody, and remove all of their turn meter whenever we hit them. So we'll be coming back to this in a second and see what else we can do with this team once we are back in the arena. Oh, I forgot to hit the record button. I was going to record the 7-star Yeti gameplay so that I can crop it out into a video later. Forgot to do the first one, but that's okay. I can start with the second one and go from there. And we can do a little bit of recording the Brickspedish. And then I can cut out all the different fights later so people can see the 7-star Yetster. Good morning, Slab Meathead. How are you doing? Wu is the best. Stealthy says, I think K-Gen is better than 1. Stealthy, what? I'm not sure what you mean there, bro. All right. 7 Hot Dog Man tiles. Hot Dog Man also in that first board of the Monolith Waste. Another character that I will be farming up to 7 stars to help me farm the Master Store, but probably not for a while, if I'm being completely honest with you. It's going to be a lot of me finishing up, who is it? I think Cactus Girl I'm finishing up first because she's number 1 in the Monolith Waste. And then from there, who knows? We're gonna get crazy. Oh my. Mashup tiles, I've got tons of mashup tiles. I tend to save them until I have more than 3,000 of them. And then I can figure out what exactly to do with them. Usually it's just, I mean, I have all the characters in the mashup store maxed out, so I guess it doesn't really matter which ones I get there. Now, I have said before that I am going to be farming Willa the Witch from the Master Store. So the question is, how much Master Currency do I need before I can do it, and why haven't I started doing it already? So look at this. You need a total of 22 purchases in order to unlock Willa the Witch. That's 22 because you get 3 of them per. 22 times 3 is 66. So you need a total of 22 purchases for Willa the Witch to unlock her. Now I've already done 1, so I need 21 new purchases. If you take 450 and multiply it by 21, you get 9,450. So I'm going to wait until I have about 9,000 Master Currency before I start actually farming Willa the Witch for unlock. Why? Because I still have 6,000 Master Currency to go. And in the meantime, I want to make sure that I'm not just wasting it. Should the new developers decide to update the Master Store with something I want more than Willa the Witch, should they decide to change the prices of anything in the store over the course of me farming the next 6,000 currency, all of these things are things that I am keeping in mind, which is why I'm not spending any of my currency until I have enough of it to actually get what I want. Because 3 Willow tiles doesn't do me any good. 65 Willow tiles does me a lot of good. See what I'm getting at there? Now, if I were really smart, I'd probably wait until I had like 20,000 Master Currency so that not only could I unlock her, but I could unlock her and get her all the way up to 7 stars really, really fast. I am aware that those purchases are on lockout. You can only do like 3 of them per day. So I will be keeping that in mind. I'm not going to wait till I have all 9,000 of the currency to start because I want to make sure that I'm not wasting time, obviously. But that's the plan right now. Dan says, Magisto Wu Yeti, ultimate combo. Yeah, there are a lot of ultimates on that team, and I'm not terribly upset about it. This is a good resource management. Don't sink your currency into something until you can buy it, says Slab Meathead. Thank you, Slab. Thank you for your approval. Okay, quests. Now, as the only one that I'm missing, I think, is probably the last arena battle. I have enough currency again so that I can go in and get more of the Explorer Aurora tiles, I believe. Hey, check this out. Finished up the Waste Hunter quest. That's 2 more of these tier 3 set tools. Excellent. Tier 3 set tools as well. I'm sort of waiting until I get Magisto's tower up all the way and can upgrade that guy, because that is, as you guys have heard, the next team that I'm going for, because it's really pretty killer. So let's take a second here and actually discuss what that's going to look like once I finally get it. There are so many options, as I mentioned before, of what to do with the Magisto's tower. So I think what I'm going to be trying to do is finish. Oh, look at this. Boo earns 0 Explorer Aurora tiles aside from the first one. Boo. I need more tiles. I need 19 more. It's like another couple of days of Explorer Aurora farming, and then I can focus in more on Basil the Batlord. Hello. Thank you for the subscription, Dan. Very much appreciated. So what was I looking at? Oh, right. So we're looking at Magisto's tower and what is going on. Mike, first off, hello, Mike. How are you doing? Chat was learning sign language. Haha. So let me step back for a second here. Magisto's tower. Magisto's tower is incredibly powerful because of the stacks of enchantment that you can get from all of your magical characters. All of your magical characters, obviously, being these 4. Magisto, Master Wu, Willa the Witch, and Vankman. Now, Magisto and Master Wu, obviously, Magisto is farmable through achievements. Master Wu only available in his Master event, which is coming up. So if you want Master Wu and you don't have him already, time is nigh. Start farming up all of those pirates so that you can get him. And remember, you can do it with pretty much any pirates. It is very, very hard. I think I clocked myself having done something like 60 or 70 attempts before I actually managed to do it, because I was using Private Lequay. And Private Lequay, as everybody will tell you, is not great. Also, that meant I had no tank on the team, but I digress. It was very RNG heavy, but it is possible to do. So, Magisto, Master Wu on your Magisto's tower team. If you can put Willa on there, it means that you're, well, pretty advanced in the game, because farming Willa is very, very hard. But let's say you have all 3 of these characters. The first thing we want to consider is what is now lacking on the team, right? And the first thing you'll notice that is lacking is a tank. So let's go in and look at all of the tanky characters. Now, I'm not going to sort by tanks, and this is for a very important reason. Because tanks, if I sort by just tanks, you'll notice that a number of characters are missing that are actually very tanky, including my 7-star Yeti. So I'm going to include the attackers in here, because the attackers... Whoop. Oh, that's... So I need to include all of the characters in here in order to look at all of them and figure out what I'm going to do. The other thing that you see that you are missing is a lot of damage, okay? And you are going to have a number of options of who to fill out. So right now I'm leaning towards Yeti and Basil the Batlord. Basil the Batlord adds more healing in addition to Wu's healing and Magisto's healing. The Yeti is very resilient, does a lot of damage, and both Willa and Magisto can put dizzy on people. So the Yeti does have the chance of not only dealing a lot of damage, but also finding dizzy on some opponents, which means that his damage will be even higher. Now, it's not quite as definite as when you're running the Ice Station Odyssey with Commander Cold, who has an ability that just slaps dizzy on people. But that's where it looks like I'm going to be focused at the beginning. And then as I run that team, I'll figure out what is missing out or what I'm too low on and replace from there. I run this team, I'm always in the top 10. And stealthy, yes. I mean, I'm going to unlock Willa. I just need a lot more master currency before I can. Which team, Mike, with the Magisto's Tower team? That's what is being asked. Mike, I know you've put your team out there before so that we've been able to look at it, but do me a favor and list it again. All right. What teams do we have available to us? It looks like the lowest rank is 52. I'm seeing. Now, this is going to be a pretty difficult team to beat, so let's give it a shot and see if we can do it. Okay, And here I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. I'm actually going to wait on my Yeti's special taunt ability until after Scarlet and Princess Argenta have already gone. And there's good reason for this. I want to make sure that Wu, for one, has used his special to do buff removal. 2, let's see. Ooh, uh-oh. But now we're in a pretty good spot here. Can I actually just, can I clobber Redbeard? Oh, it's gonna be close, but I might be able to just clobber Redbeard with the 2 times damage. The problem is I won't have any AoE coming in before it gets to be Redbeard's turn. Oh, so I don't know if that's actually the smart thing for me to do, but let's give it a shot. Oh, so close! 9,000 damage, just that sliver of health remaining. Boo earns, but that's okay. That is all right. We're going to go ahead in here, and I think now, all right, we need to just make sure to wait a whole nother round here, but there's only 3 characters to target. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of defense up on everybody. That should help the Yeti to maintain a little bit of his survivability. Now we can remove that taunt. Excellent. Yeti, heal yourself. Yes, please and thank you. Now, what to do here? I think we are going to, we can't really taunt with the Yeti just yet. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at all the damage going around. Is there going to be enough from Magisto's special to take down Pegleg? No, just barely alive. Pegleg survives, and now we are going to get some damage reduction out on the Yetster. Oh, looks like Magisto. Magisto looks like he might go down. Ooh, do I lock out or do I heal? I think I have to heal under the circumstances, guys. We have to try to keep everybody alive. That means that we're going to have a lockout on our abilities, which is a major, major bummer. But Pegleg is gone from the enemy team. Now we don't get the heals whenever we get the taunts. That is going to be a major dilemma, but hopefully we can survive long enough to make it through. Now, let's see what happens if I just put a whole bunch of AoE damage out there. I know that my Wu is about to get to his. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Remove it. Come on. Take her down. Yes, she's gone. Now, let's remove everybody's abilities. Give everybody some vulnerable. We're going to see if we can take out Wu next. Uh-huh. Great. Okay, we're gonna go in here. Now, I'm going to remove this taunt, please and thank you. Can we take out their Wu? He dodges the ultimate! Bad news bears! Come on, Wu. Go down, sir. Oh, I just need to take... Oh, I needed to take the risk to actually give him the hit. Instead, he... Ugh, terrible. But the Yeti, now without anybody's opportunity to actually remove... No, he does have the ability to remove. Scarlet has the ability to remove buffs. Bad news, guys. 1.5 minutes to go. And unfortunately, because Wu's dodge at the last minute, we are in trouble here. Look at all of the dodging. Oh my goodness. So much dodging. Wu! Get out! No! All of the dodging! I don't know if we can do this specifically because of all of the dodging! How many dodges is that in a row, guys? We have to completely change up our entire thing right now because apparently the game will not let me hit their Master Wu. I know that Master Wu has the ability to dodge a lot, like I know that's part of his thing, but this is ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. This entire battle is now being lost because of that one ability, and just absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. If there are any devs watching, this is why I get so frustrated about that mechanic. It is really, really stupid. Really stupid. I spent an entire minute only attacking Master Wu and only hit him once. I'm now, oh my gosh, what is happening here? What is happening here? I don't remember the last time I was so frustrated with this game right now. I don't remember. I'm not kidding. Every single time that happens, it makes me want to stop playing. Every single time the dodge mechanic gets that out of hand, it makes me want to quit. That's how bad it is. That's how frustrating it is. And I actually usually have to take like, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour to cool down after something like that happens because I got robbed. Because I got completely robbed and there was nothing about it that was my fault. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Wu was the most dangerous character on that team with the most utility. I had the ability to take him out several times, and he dodged so much that he ended up getting back to full health. And then there was no time left, and there was nothing else that we could do. Dodge is the absolute, say it with me now, worst mechanic in the game. The absolute worst mechanic in the game, bar none. Bar none. Bar none. It's worse than the stacks of enchantment making Magisto's tower unkillable. It is... God, it's bad. It's so bad. It is so incredibly bad that I can't even stop talking about how bad the dodge mechanic in this game is. So anyway, let's see what you had to say about it. Waiting for master currency to be able to unlock. Willa, says Slab Meathead. Excellent. I can beat the ninjas on day 7 with this team. You mean the Magisto's Tower team? Yeah, because they're awesome. Wu can accumulate dodge during the fight due to his passive, and Forbidden Island gives dodge to non-Buccaneers. Yes, Cowabunga. That is very true. And from now on, I will just leave him till last. And it still probably won't make a difference, because if you can only hit him 1 out of every 10 attacks, then you might as well spend all 5 minutes trying to attack Wu, and you'll still fail, because dodge is stupid, and it's a terrible mechanic in the game. Spend more money, lower the dodge, says Dan. It's okay, little buddy. We're here for you. Thank you, Slab. Appreciate you. Matt, did you see the devs on Facebook are looking for suggestions for more December events? Well, that's cool. I wonder why they're looking for it now, though. It's a little late to be grabbing more December events. We're already in December, and in order to work events into the game, they have to actually program them and test them and then put them out. So I don't know what they're going for there, but that is very cool, and I suggest that everybody make your voice heard, put your suggestions in their suggestion box, their Facebook box. It is amazing that this dev team has almost completely sidestepped using Discord, which is a really, really unfortunate way to do things because it's a much easier program to use to monitor chat and respond to players and leave us messages and organize announcements and things, but they seem to be really, really big on Facebook. So we'll see. I'm still hoping that we can fix that about them and actually get them to start responding to like content creator channel, which they haven't responded to in a very long time. I know that Emilian was gone, but for example, in the content creator channel, hey, we have something from Emilian today. He just posted. Info just for you guys. The team is working on compensation. They should be out today. That's compensation, I think, for one of the timed quest events. That is the first message that we have from a developer since... let me scroll back here. See when the last time is that I can find one. No. So in about 10 days. That was 10 days between the last time we asked them a question and his response, which had nothing to do with any of our questions. So I don't know what is happening with this dev team, but they are really dropping the ball. Okay. Let's go ahead and go in here and work with the Yeti through the Brickspedition. In fact, let me hit the record button on my system and get this going. An error occurred. Please check your streaming and recording settings. What? Why would you do that? Unable to write because there is... Oh, apparently I don't have enough space on my computer. Not sure how that managed to happen, but I have a feeling it's because of my other job and the extreme amount of stuff I have to have on my computer in order to do that. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. Can't clean that up now. That would be incredibly boring for you guys while I was on the stream. So we're gonna go in and grab all of this Yeti stuff this way. I'm gonna come in here and replace Master Wu and get going through this Brixpedition for the day. Wow, Slab, delete all the things. I hope your files don't have dodge. No, thank you very much, they don't. I can delete the files on my computer whenever I darn well please, and thank you. I really do wonder, I just cleaned up my computer. I can't imagine what is still on there that is keeping me down. Okay, doke. So, it's not actually as important that we take down Redbeard first on this team, because to be completely honest with you, there's nothing that he synergizes with. So, we're just gonna do some, like, pretty basic stuff here. Oh, but there's a Dizzy. Unfortunate. So that means that the Yeti will not be retaliating, which is a bummer. Oh, and now he's stunned, so he will extra not be retaliating. He still does have, luckily enough for us, he still does have taunt, so he's protecting the rest of our team, but lost his entire turn. Boo earns. Let's see here. Who's going to get to go next? I have a lot of people that are set up to go. Let's go ahead and take out Redbeard. Oh, yeah. Come on, Chicken Man. Give me all the heals. Now I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. Let's see if I can hit Verda here. Yeah, nice. Because I want to actually take down Verda's health. Bingo. So she died all on her own. Please and thank you. All right. Let's keep everybody nice and healed. I'm going to come around and actually waste a whole bunch of turns while I am trying to keep their hiker alive until I get to this. Master Wu's a special to heal, followed by the Yeti doing 9,400 points of damage. Extreme Gamer, what's up, my man? You just missed the most incredible dodge session that has ever happened in the history of dodge sessions, my friend. An entire minute or more spent trying to kill Master Wu and only Master Wu, only for him to dodge so much that we lost the entire arena battle because of it. Oof! Oof, it was rough. It was rough extreme. Super rough. Alrighty. So, on this team, Magisto's got to go first. Yeah, let's get a little miss out there. Excellent. If you can put your Magisto's second ability on the enemy Magisto, it means that they will miss you when they try to put the clumsy on your team. 'Tis very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's prevent Kai from doing anything particularly helpful for a while. See how well we can hit that. Now, the Yeti is going to come in and throw down a taunt, and that has some AoE damage associated with it. So, hopefully, this will be enough to take out Magisto. Excellent. Unless, of course, he had dodged, which we got lucky and he didn't, because the only way to avoid the dodge mechanic is sheer morbid luck. It's unexciting, but it is what it is. I am now going to use Wu's heal, because the Yeti should be able to heal himself, and now I can get out of this battle with everybody at completely full H pizzles. Nice. Taking it down. Is anyone faster than Magisto, asks Dan. No. Magisto is currently the fastest character in the team because of his passive bonus. So Magisto's stat block is not the fastest. But when you add his passive in, he gets the fastest. Here, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. So Magisto's base speed is 117. So he is already very, very fast. 117. But there are several characters faster until you include this. At the start of battle, Castle Hero's defense is increased and King's Court Hero's speed is increased by 25%. That adds 25% of 117 on top of 117, which is another, what, 12 times 2.5, which is 24. It adds like another 30 to 34 speed, which puts him up at basically 150. He's incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. Hope that answered the question for you. His attack is crap, though, says Dan. Well, Magisto is, again, a giant utility character. And his primary attack, one of the strongest things his primary attack can do is remove buffs from the enemy team if they have too many of them. So if the enemy has 3 or more buffs, the Magisto's attack will remove one of them. You do have to be a little bit careful and hope that it doesn't remove Taunt, because it then takes whatever that ability is and it puts it on your team member who has the lowest health. And obviously, you don't want anybody putting Taunt on your team member who's already the closest to dying. All right. Now, Captain Valiant is definitely going to come in here and do his taunt action, unless we get him low enough that he uses his heal instead. Nope, he used his tauntaroo. We are going to wait until after Argenta has done her cannon attack. Yes, yes, because that's where the dizzy comes. Great. So she put the dizzy on Magisto. That's perfectly fine and dandy. I'm going to put the dizzy on everybody here, as many people as I can, and then do the Yeti's AoE taunt slash... Ooh, okay. Didn't actually do it. But let's go ahead and grab the taunt here. We do not get the counter. Bad news for us. But it's all right. We're going to go ahead and put our buff on the Yetster. We're going to use Magisto's ultimate here. And now we're going to come around and just smash at Argenta for a while. Argenta is downzo. Now we'll take out Pirate Cook Bart. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to go ahead and toss out this heal. I think it's time. Let's see if we can go ahead and grab a little bit of AoE damage. Maybe take out Bart. Deal some extra damage to the Hiker. We do. Brilliant. Hiker does 500 more damage before we are out skis. We are out of heals now, so we're just going to go ahead and take down the Hiker as fast as we can. Oh, Cowabunga. No, I don't think... Dan didn't say he was useless. He said his attack was crap. His attack does do very little damage, relatively speaking, but it's all the rest of the utility that he brings to the table that is the real power behind that character. I am going to go ahead... I don't really need King Brutus, so I'm going to go ahead and do this node so that I can continue to showcase this team for you guys. Go ahead and give a little bit of a heal to our Yeti. And we'll get on in here. His main purpose is clearly not to make damages. Cowabunga, you are right. In my opinion, his main purpose is to get that heal with that retaliate, and then the further heals that come from somebody getting their payback on. All right, Captain Redbeard, you, sir, need to go down. This is basically exactly the same team as we just fought. The only difference is that they are more geared up. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, can we take him down? Yes, get out of here. 9,000 damage is enough. 9,000 damage without critting. My goodness, I love the Yeti. The Yeti is so good. So good. Now we're going to hold on to our specials here for just one more second until we get Argenta's cannon. Gonna see who she tries to put that dizzy on, and it goes on nobody. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and grab that taunt. Yes, Yeti gets his own payback. Excellent. We can go ahead and throw out some Dizzy on everyone, or at the very least on Argenta. We'll see if we get lucky enough and it goes on more than one person. We do not. I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these debuffs from the Yeti. Excellent. We got the most important one removed, which was the time bombs. Now we can go ahead and lock everybody out of doing their abilities. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, and the Yeti just going to come around and wreck the house now, guys. Look at this. The Yeti left, right, and center going to be able to retaliate against everyone. This is brilliant news. We're going to go ahead and give out the heal now because I have a feeling, yeah, let's see if this just clears out everybody. Come on, Yeti. Show me that damage. Boom! Ooh, not quite enough to take everybody out. And the enemy does a couple of what amounts to waiting turns at this point. We're still taking everybody down, so it doesn't really matter what they want to do. We can save our special here. Gonna go ahead and grab some Dizzy on Cook Bart. Ooh, and remember, I think this is a bug that when Commander Cold does his special ability, his special attack, the one that applies Dizzy against an enemy that has Debilitate, it does not remove Debilitate or the turn meter associated with it. Not sure what's going on there, but that is a bug that needs to be looked at. Look at that. One basic attack from the Yeti, critting for almost 9,000 damage. Yes, Yeti, yes. Bring it. Bring it, sir. I love it. My ghost hit for 21,000 damage earlier with crit damage up and attack up 2. Yeah, the ghost is also, if you're running the Magisto's Tower team, the ghost is an incredibly powerful ally to have on that team. Ghost is actually a really incredible ally to have on any team because he kind of does, well, basically because he does exactly what Scarlet does, but he does it with stealth instead. It's a very, very cool mechanic, right? So Scarlet, whenever you get below 50% health, Scarlet auto taunts. Ghost, whenever somebody gets below 50% health, he auto stealths the entire rest of the team. Ghost is a very, very powerful player. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and start by putting a little clumsy on Magisto so that he misses with his clumsy. Now the next question is, who do we go after first? I know that the first person to get the taunt is going to be Magisto, and then I know that Burnibus is going to do his taunt, which means that I can kind of do whatever I want here, to be completely honest with you. So we're actually going to slow down Willa. Actually, no, we're not going to do anything. Yeah, we're just going to start attacking Dragon Master Burnibus. That's it. I am going to put some Dizzy on him. Do some basic attacking. We know that Magisto is going to get his taunt. There it is. And we know, there it goes, that Burnibus is going to apply his taunt as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take him out with a single attack from the Yetster. Very nice. Now we have to come in here and hit at Jester Gogo. Aha! So there you go. Jester Gogo had too many buffs. So Magisto removed a buff, which happened to be the taunt, but he put it on Commander Cold. Not a great option for who to use the taunt on, but it's what we got now. All right, so we're gonna come down here. I just removed some turn meter from Willa the Witch, but now I want to actually see if I can get down Magisto before I run out of space here. More basic attacks, and here I'm doing the basic attacks because while the Jester is still alive, it means that doing AoE has a pretty good chance of healing up the other people on the team. So we're gonna come in here. Let's lock everybody out of their abilities. I might have been able to actually kill Willa on this turn instead of this, but I think we're gonna be all right regardless. So let's go ahead and take her out. Brilliant. Now it's all because of what's happening here. This is actually a little bit different than it normally would be. Because of the way that all of the buffs went around and the way that I was able to remove a lot of the buffs that went around, we're actually not using any of our AoE abilities because we just don't want Jester to heal. Now we can go ahead and use an AoE ability, except that we know we're going to get a miss from our King Brutus. So again, no more AoE abilities. As you can see, I mean, it might be taking a little bit longer, but it seems to be perfectly safe. So that's how we're going to do it. Go ahead and remove that taunt from Jester Gogo. But now I think I'm actually going to... Yeah, now I think I'll go ahead and grab the taunt with the Yeti just so I can start consolidating damage a little bit more. We should be able to take out Jester Gogo here, and then King Brutus will be the only person left. Let's see how this goes. Yep, brilliant. Now, do we have a woo heal, and is it ready to go? So we're going to actually waste a couple of turns here. We do have the woo heal. Brilliant. We can grab the miss on Brutus, unless he completely dies, which he just did. Nice! My ghost, let's see, almost as good as Kai. Yeah, Dan, Kai hits like a truck. Now, Kai, in my opinion, is actually one of those characters that is relatively well balanced. When they want to have a character that can just nuke like Kai can, he is super squishy. So if you have any way to remove the stealth from Kai, then he is incredibly easy to defeat. In my opinion, that's actually a pretty good balance for some character that you want to hit that hard. The Highwayman, kind of similar, but the Highwayman is a little bit less balanced because of how quickly he can put himself into stealth and how long it lasts. Now, the only benefit or the only sort of saving grace about the Highwayman in terms of damage is the fact that the Highwayman doesn't actually have any real synergies to speak of with any of the main characters. So the number of people using him while high is definitely lower than it otherwise would be if he had more synergies. So pretty good, pretty solid balancing in my opinion on that one. Still though, being able to hit for over 20k damage when even the tanks have 20k health is kind of big. That's pretty big. We need a dodge mechanic to be taken out of the game. Yes. Yes, we do. Thank you, Extreme, for getting on my side. Just capped to a maximum percentage, says Cowabunga. Honestly, I think it should be completely removed. I think that everybody's base dodge chance should be 0%, and that you should have certain abilities that can give you dodge chance. But by default, I think everybody should have a 0% chance to dodge, and I also think that all of the characters should have a 0% chance to miss. I think that every single time you click a button, something should happen. Especially in a game that is turn-based, where your characters only get an average of like 4 turns at most in a given battle, unless they're slow, and they might even get fewer than that. I think that the chance to miss should be completely removed, and the chance to dodge should be completely removed, unless you apply a buff or a debuff that specifically gives you that chance. For example, I think that clumsy and I think that dodgy are actually really, really good buffs and debuffs because they allow you, the player, to actually map out what is happening. And that's the biggest issue for me here. When you are playing the game, you're never actually playing against another person. So even in the arena, you're only playing against the computer controlling somebody else's team. They're not there. So there's no satisfaction to be gained by dodge because the only people who benefit from dodging are the computer. There's nobody to revel in that experience. There's only you, the user, who gets to complain about that experience because it has taken something away from you. Now, if you were playing against another person live, then I might feel a little bit different because that person can also revel in the experience of that dodge coming through or that miss happening against their team, right? There's some positive feeling being generated by that mechanic. But in this circumstance, it's only negative. It's only negative. And in my opinion, if you have a mechanic in the game that is only negatively impacting the game experience for the player, then you should just remove it. It's not rocket science. So that's why I really feel the way that I do about the dodge mechanic. It's not that I think that dodging is dumb, right? It's not that I feel like no game should have dodge in it. A dodge is a very, very cool mechanic. It's a standard of typical RPG mechanics across the board. It's a really, really cool thing to have. It's a really, really cool thing to play with. But just because dodge conceptually is a good idea doesn't mean that it's a good idea for you. And that's where I get at with this particular game. I do not believe that the dodge mechanic is a good mechanic for LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed because of the way the gameplay works. So, there's my soapbox for the day. Hope you had fun. Let's get back into it. Pay attention to what's going on, Matt. All right, we're gonna do this cleanse, this uber cleanse from Redbeard. Now, we're gonna go ahead and use the heal here instead of the lockout. And then, I think I'm actually going to let Commander Cold, no. I don't know if he has his special, which is going to apply Dizzy, so I'm gonna go ahead and make him miss instead. It's all kinda the same. So there we go. Reduce the basic dodge for almost all of the minifigures, says Cowabunga. Even tanks are dodging quite often. I've lost numerous battles due to the stupid dodge mechanics, says Extreme Gamer. I think it should only work with the dodgy buff you can work with. Yeah, Mike, that's what I was just saying before. And I know that you wrote this before I actually went on my diatribe, but there it is. The AI can dodge when it wants, but it never happens when your team... I don't... So, Mike, what you're getting at is actually, I think, more of a philosophical and mental debate. I think that your team actually dodges the same amount as the computer team. The problem is that because the computer is not particularly smart, it uses a lot of its support abilities when it doesn't necessarily need to, and it also spreads out who it's attacking unless somebody has a focus on them more than you would. So you notice the dodges that you get less because they are actually less meaningful than the dodges against the computer. But I believe if you were to actually like really track it for time, then you would see that you dodge just as often as the computer does. The more important point that I'm getting at, though, is you don't need the dodges because you're putting together a team that is not relying on dodging. Because relying on dodging would be a stupid thing for you to do because it's so RNG heavy. So that is what I think is going on. And so because you're not relying on those dodges, you're just not set up to look for them, and you don't see them as much as when you're fighting against the enemy team. The dodge rate in this game are inflated. I believe it should just be reduced. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is 1 to 2%. I mean, yeah, EMZ, that would be much better. Dodge percentages can reach above 50% in this game. Yeah, that is very, very true, and it's awful, and it's really, really awful. It's not outlining the fact dodge is a bad mechanic, only the fact that the dodge percent is inflated. Yeah, that's what EMZ is saying right now. Has anyone noticed that Willa and Gisto, when they kill, they use 2 attacks instead of 1? Yeah, so actually, Mike, it's not that they are actually doing 2 attacks, it's that certain characters have, and I noticed this too and was very confused about it at first. Certain characters actually have different animations depending on what the circumstance is in the game that they are dealing with at the time. So, for example, when you are defeating a character, some characters will do a different attack animation than they normally do. And that's actually what you're seeing. Okay. I need to... I know that I'm going to kill the Yeti, and then Explorer Aurora is just going to bring the Yeti back to life, which is super unfortunate. Because the number of people who can resurrect on this team is just so extreme. Now, the only person who can cleanse on my team is Scarlet, and she's all the way at the end there. Ugh, so this is going to be a nightmare of a team to fight against. All right. They don't have any cleanses, though. So let's just continue to hammer down on everybody. I guess we're just going to have to do as much AoE damage as we possibly can with this team, because at some point I basically have to kill Explorer Aurora and the Yuppie in the same turn. Because, like, watch. Right now what's going to happen is... Oh, wait. Can I get a stun off? No! And then the dodge comes. Oh, my goodness. This is just terrible. Ugh, well, let's give it a shot again. Explorer Aurora being healed up by Jester Gogo. Oops, what was that? Why did you switch who you were targeting? And now I can't see how many buffs she has. She's got 2 of them. So let's go ahead and put a little time bomb action on her. My goodness. The dual res on this team, such a nightmare. Just such a nightmare. Okay. Great. So, if we can take down enough characters, then maybe it won't matter. Let's see. There we go. But my lord. Yeah, so we had to get... Basically, the only way to win against this team is to get everybody so incredibly low that we just kill all of them at the same time. Now, the Yuppie is probably going to die on his own. Great. This is all fine and dandy. Yes, we can put the heal up on Magisto. Excellent. And now let's see if we can just take out Commander Cold. Slab Meathead. Yes, Unforchy-forch. That's the fun way of saying unfortunate, but it just requires a little bit more work, and it sounds a little goofier. I don't actually really pay attention to the fact that I say these weird things from time to time. If I'm being completely honest, I really kind of do it by accident, which I know, like, sounds like garbage, right? Because you're like, that's a lie. He definitely has got to know what he's talking about. But I really don't. I say weird things all the time. Kelsey can attest. It's a hard knock. Hard knock? No, it's not. I don't live a hard knock life. But it is a weird life that I live, where I'm just constantly making noise. Okay. Getting into this next one. EMZ says, for example, Aurora has the power to dodge 50% of the time just defaultly in a certain team composition, with dodge up that gets up to 80%. Yes. Oh, I thought that was just the animation, but now that you say it, I think I've noticed others doing pump fakes too. Slab Meathead, yeah. This is what I was saying before. It is definitely just that certain characters have different animations that they use in different circumstances, especially if they are going to be defeating a character. Okay. Oh, look at that. Increased the duration of Clumsy. Wait, does that mean he's going to miss twice? What just happened there? I think, yeah, he just did... Commander Cole did his special. Yes. Increased all the debuff durations by 1. So now he is dizzy for a whole extra turn. I like it. I like it a lot. And now I'm actually going to put a little taunt on Dragon Master Burn, baby. Oh, and can we take out... Yes, just take the man out. Look at that 14,000 point crit coming from the Yeti right off the bat. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're just going to demolish this whole thing. And honestly, I'm not even going to heal Burnibus, because if he goes down, that's actually fine with me. He's just there. He's just there to lend a helping hand. Let's go ahead and remove this taunt and get some attack out. Now I will throw up more taunts on my Yetster. No! My Yetster! Oh no! I think under the circumstances, I'm gonna do this. We'll get a little bit of taunt going on, a little bit of payback going on from our Yeti, and we're gonna go ahead and throw out a little bit of defense up on everybody. All right, fine. I'll go ahead and give a little heal to Burnibus. I know you guys want me to. Why let him go down? He's a friend. And now let's see how many people we can put Dizzy on and see if the Yeti just wrecks the shop now. Boom, Yeti! Boom, Yeti! Just taking them all down. It's amazing. The Yeti is so good. I do need a more reliable way to remove all debuffs, though. You know, like, it is weird to me, for example, that Redbeard in one move can remove all of the debuffs from everyone on the team and heal them based on how many debuffs are on the enemy team. But Aurora's ultimate ability will only remove 1 or maybe 2 debuffs from one character. Doesn't that seem a little lopsided? I think at the very least, it should remove all of the debuffs from the character. It would still be less powerful than Redbeard's. But even that would be, I think that would be a little stronger. I think. Mike says it's the same with Argenta. When she gets an assist, if her attack would kill the opponent, it doesn't, and the assist does. Yeah, just part of the animation. Theo, when Iggy scores a KO, he does a little 360 on his drill. I may be the only person to have seen it, though. Theo, you might be, because you might be the only person who even has Iggy at any semblance of usable level. All right. This one's going to be really, really easy, so we're just going to bring somebody in here who can deal a whole bunch of extra damage for us, and then we shall be done for the day. Extreme, how close am I to affiliates? You're talking about on Twitch. I only need more followers. I have my average views up. I have my total days streamed up. I've got everything ready to go. I only need more followers. So, if you know of 10 more followers out there somewhere, that is what I am currently lacking on my path to affiliate for Twitch. I just need 10 more. 10 more? I just need 10 more. Alrighty, let's see here. We'll go ahead and take out the chicken suit guy. And now we'll go ahead and throw up the taunt on the Yeti. Yes, he gets his own payback. Excellent. Oh yeah, send out that counter damage, fool. Get it done. Get it done. Oh, removed payback. Yes. Magisto removed payback and put it on Commander Cold. That is excellent. That means if Commander Cold gets hit for any reason, then he'll be able to heal himself. I don't think he's going to, though. Yeti, yeah, give me that attack back, bro. Give me that attack back. Take out that crash test dum-dum. Ooh, we barely do not get the crash dum-dum taken out. So, we're going to go ahead and throw out some Dizzy here. Now, the crash test dummy, we did not kill him, so he is going to explode in our face. Possibly. Actually, maybe not. No, because he had Dizzy, so we could remove all of that turn meter from all of them Dizzy hits. Now I need to take out, I think I need to take out the hiker, to be completely honest with you. EMZ, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I only need 9 more. What do I need to do here at this point? I actually don't really need to do anything, but get that counter. Oh, come on, get a second one. Oof, look at all of this damage from my Yeti. I love the Yeti! The Yeti is so good. Such a good choice to get him up to 7 stars. And I think putting Yeti on maybe Magisto's tower, I don't know. I'll have to see how it really works out with all of the rest of the mechanics. I know that you still do have somebody who can apply Dizzy, but I know that it's a little bit harder than Commander Cold. Commander Cold can actually apply a Dizzy much more readily because of the increases to speed from the Ice Station Odyssey and the lower cooldown, basically, on his basic. Okay, coming in here for the last collectibles. Now we know that we need to take down the Yuppie first, and we're going to go ahead and lock out everybody from using all of their specials. Then we're going to actually come in here. I think we're going to come in here and just try to demolish their Highwayman, to be completely honest with you. Very nice. And then we're going to come back in here and throw a little bit more damage. Nope, we're not. We're just going to continue to fight the Highwayman. Because now, if I do this right, 80% damage to everybody, or 120% dizzies get stunned, everybody gets debilitate. I think actually I'm going to do it this way. We'll do the special from the Yetster. Yes? Yes. Now, we've got a stun up on the Yuppie. Everybody is locked out of their special abilities. We do not have a debilitate up on their Yeti, though. So we'll go ahead and remove some of his turn meter. And then I'm going to do a little bit of some weird stuff here. I'm going to try and remove turn meter from people just to see if I can get, like, all the way around without losing anyone. Yes, so now we're going to go ahead and do Magisto's ultimate, throw a bit more Dizzy out here. Great. Look at all the characters that have Dizzy. This way, when we get to the Yeti, we should be able to absolutely just clobber everybody. Oh, check this out. Let's see how much damage this does. Oof. Damage was actually lower than I expected it to be. Oh, that's because he does 80% damage to everybody. Duh, Matt. Use your brain, fool. Yeti goes down. Hot Dog Man going down. How about that? We did the entire second round of the collectible node without a single character getting a turn. That's pretty cool. Not that we really had to worry about it too much because that node is really easy anyway, but it's still just cool to play with those mechanics. Let's add heroes into the excavation process. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Thank you for joining us here. Ooh, a Healer City and King's Court heroes. What's going in there now? So tomorrow, this is going to be for day 6. Is it day 7 tomorrow? It's day 7 tomorrow. Yeah. All of us get critical chance up. All of the heroes gain attack, and everybody gains prepared. Now, this is actually very important for my team. All heroes gain 1 stack of prepared. The Yeti gains payback when he uses his taunt ability if he gets a crit on any of the people that he hits. And if he has prepared, it means that at least one person is going to get critted on, which means he has a 100% chance to get payback on his taunt. Conversely, it also means that if we use his nuke ability, that third ability to do high single target damage, it's going to be a guaranteed critical hit. Prepared can actually be rather powerful when it comes right down to it. All right, guys. Yeah. So, it looks like it is time for me to call an end to the stream, which means let me go to your last few comments and see if there's anything else we need to speak to, any questions you have that we need to answer. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you again on Saturday. So let's see what you guys are talking about now. YouTube. We're looking at you, Mike says. I see. So Mike is saying, YouTube people, hop over to Twitch real fast, throw me a follow there so I can get up to affiliate and start making money. I think that I think at base affiliate level, like if you meet the bare requirements for the number of people who have to watch your stream and you finally get to the point where you can make money, I think you make an average of something like $100 every 3 months. So it's like 30 bucks a month or something like that. Not enough to actually pay your rent or anything, but enough to put a little bit of money back into the games that you're streaming, if that makes sense. So go ahead and help me out with that. Let's see if we can make it happen. Matt, any news on the GKM collaboration? Mike, thank you very much for reminding me. I was waiting until I got back in town because, as you guys are hearing, this microphone is so much better than my headset microphone. But I need to get back in touch with GKM and see if we can set that up. I'll try it in bricks and let you know on Saturday. Mike, you're talking about using your Yeti in Brickspedition with your Magisto's Tower. Yeah, so let me know how that goes. I know you have Willa, right? Unlocked at 3 stars. So as long as you have her... Which ability is it? I have to go in here and check. Just give me 1 second. She is spooky, right? Confirm. Come on, show me my spooky characters. Why are you freezing on me? Willa. So, is it this one? third ability? No. No. Which one is the one that puts dizzy? Ah, okay, here we go. So Willa's second ability will add dizzy if a foe is inflicted with fear. So what you really need to take a look at is the most appropriate or the most reliable way to inflict fear on the enemy, which I think is to use this third ability first. Deal damage to a target and inflict fear. And I think, depending on what you do with your Magisto's Tower team, yeah, that's going to be the most reliable way to do it. So you'd have to spend 2 turns. You put fear on somebody, then when you do the curse, you can turn that fear into, or you can add dizzy onto that character. And I think that's probably the only way to do it, right? Does Basil the Batlord do fear with any of his basic abilities? I don't think so, right? Come here, no. Come here. Okay, let's see. If the foe is inflicted with fear, no. He doesn't inflict fear, he just benefits from it. And then, how about this one? Foe is inflicted with fear, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so not a lot of fear on this team, right? So that's something worth looking at. I think, who are the other people that can apply fear? Spooky Girl can apply fear, right? Let's see. Damage to a foe, if they have taunt, she has a chance to clear it. Stealth, blah, blah, blah. Deals damage, gains stealth, does confused, not fear. Let's see. Deals damage to all foes and has a chance to copy a random debuff. For every spooky hero, she has a chance to copy debuffs. Who applies fear reliably on the enemy team? Mike, answer this question for me, bro. Who applies fear on the spooky team? I'm not seeing it. Have you made a decision yet on only streaming on Twitch? Extreme. I have not made a decision on that yet. I'm still waiting to see if I can actually make my, really make a sizable difference between my Twitch stream and my YouTube stream. Right now, because I'm using both of them effectively for live streaming, I'm sitting on both of them. But if I actually figure out like a regular schedule where I can make videos, like video on demand videos, then I probably will swap over to streaming on Twitch and video on demand on YouTube. EMZ, Fernando, later, bros. Yes, she's maxed, just need the star levels. Check Ghost. I think Ghost does fear, says Mike. I didn't think that he did. He doesn't do it here. And he doesn't do it here. Right? How about here? No. How about here? Here we go. If this ability defeats the foe, then fear gets put on all foes. There you go. So it looks like there are actually very few characters that apply fear. It looks like it really is kind of special to Willa the Witch, if I'm being completely honest with you. A full spooky team running with Magisto's Tower, that's pretty powerful. What about set-wise, now that I think about that? What about the Trader Transport? Isn't that supposed to be the spooky one? Let's see. Trader Transport. Castle heroes have their attack increased by 20%, health goes up, and all other heroes do another thing. When a spooky hero deals damage, they have a 50% chance to heal. Okay. Basil the Batlord is defeated. There's a chance to disarm people. Nope. Fright Knight, disarm Dizzy. IQ 9000. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I think that actually relying on the fear mechanic to actually get the Yeti to be able to benefit from Dizzy, I don't know if it's actually very realistic, but it looks like it could be if you just make sure that you're always doing things in the right order. But I think for the most part, it might still be viable. I mean, at the very least, the Yeti is incredibly tanky. As an attacker, he still has Let's go in here and look at the stat block. As an attacker, he still has over 16,000 health and, more importantly, 1,200 defense. The Yeti is very tanky, despite the fact that technically he's listed as an attacker. So it might be a good idea to do that. Now, there also is a world in which you run Basil the Batlord and maybe Master Burnibus. Master Burnibus has that chance to counter as well to deal some extra damage, less reliant on Dizzy, and that gives you an extra buff clear ability on your team. So that's something else that I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be spending extra energy that I have now in order to finish leveling up Aurora to 7 stars because she's so close. Once she's at 7 stars, I might try putting her back on the arena team instead of Master Wu and see if that functions better. I don't think it will, but since she's so close, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And then from there, I'm going to finish out Basil the Batlord while I'm farming up all that master currency for Willa. And while I'm doing all of that, probably level up Master Burnibus to see if he works. Basically, I want to put together an incredibly resilient team and then figure out where the weak points are. So I'm going to start with, I think, Wu, Magisto, Willa, Basil, and Yeti. And then I'm going to see how well the Yeti performs. And if the Yeti ends up being the weak link, then I'll probably come in here and max out Burnibus. He's relatively close too, so it probably shouldn't take me too long to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep looking at what everybody else is doing. Keep doing some theory crafting. See if I can get it right. Alrighty, folks. I am going to leave you. Whoosh. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I will be back on Saturday morning, and we'll see what the news is then. Until I see you, everybody, please be good to each other.